Hello, 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 story time, hello, hello. It's kind of a wonky camera angle. May have gotten that slightly wrong when I set up that camera. Whoops a daisies. Whee, I'm kind of like sliding off this way, am I? I don't know what happened there. I think I'm gonna have to fix it. Give me a second. Let me see if I can. Everybody ignore the weird faces I make when I try and make a camera line up properly. Every time I do this, it's harder. Don't ask me why. I don't know if I actually changed anything there, but we're here now anyway. Let's just make things work. Where'd my other thing go? Had some background music to play. Sorry. So uncivilized. Everything's a bit messed up still. We'll fix it all in a minute. Let's find out what's going on YouTube first. Nikolai, hello, good evening. How's everybody doing? Go for it painting. Hello, Stoogie. Howdy. Dusky, hello. From work, lol. I'm excited to watch the magic happen live. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We are going to be working on some more of the Death Guard Terminators, and this is the one we were working on Tuesday's stream. We got one of them up to this stage. We were working on 4 of this, or all 5 at the same time, but it got to the metallic stage and it was going to take too long, so I ended up just metallicing and washing this one. And now I want to layer this one up on stream tonight. Have a bit of fun with them, so should be fun. Holy moly! So I'm building some all the Star Wars Legion I have had forever, and now it's time to fix it all. Yeah, it's a lot of work, man. Star Wars Legion is a lot of cool models. My Star Wars Legion stuff is in need of love too. Very atmospheric, I think so. A little bit chill, a little bit of... It's good. I'm happy with it. Matthew Holmes, good evening. New camera or my imagination? It's your imagination. Nothing new here except bad lighting. So yeah. Over on the old Twitcheroo, we have Kabrinsky. Hello. White Wolf is also here. Glyn, Hobbies. Hello. Collins, Painting Adventure. Everyone's just saying hello and good evening, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Lord Ralder on tier 1, subscribed for 40 months. Jesus Christ. That's so much time. The shine from the head. You're goddamn right. Good evening. A hype train? What was the hype train from? Did I miss something? Where did that come from? Oh, there was a few. Subscribed tier 1, 3 months, 3 in total. Sorry, I missed 2. I didn't see that. My bad. Magic, heresy, someone get the flamer. Good evening. The bad lighting is now not new. No, it's a little more muffled than usual, or am I having a stroke? The sound is more muffled. Is it because I'm whispering? I got 4 TX 130 Saber class tanks. 1 is built. That's a lot of Saber tanks. I didn't even know you could take that many Saber tanks in a list. Yeah. See, what happened was, for first edition, me and a friend split the box sets. So he got the clones, and he got the Stormtroopers, and I got the Rebels. I didn't particularly like the look of the Rebels. I would have preferred Stormtroopers. Rebels are cool for the characters, but the Rebel models themselves, not that interesting to paint in my mind. And then in the second edition, he got the clones, and I got the Trade Federation, which is what I really wanted, because I really love the Trade Federation. They're one of my favorite things in all of the prequels. Roger. I love them. They're magnificent. So that'll be probably the first army I actually spend time and paint up. I still don't have their tank. Yeah. Yeah, I did got them for $15 a pop. Well, for $15 a pop, you're doing well. That is a sale. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. How's the sound? Is it muffled? Is it bad? Hello, Mr. Shobby. Oh, we're on a level 1 hype train. We've just started one. That's what's happened. So I managed to, you guys, well, hopefully you've all seen the video by now. If you haven't, you're dead to me. But I did successfully in 2 days manage to paint my entire new 1,000 points of Terminators, all ready to rock and roll and destroy all at Warhammer World in like a week and a half's time. So yeah, they turned out okay. They're all up to about this standard, which I think is fine, right? That's pretty cool. I think it works. The lictors look like this. It'll focus on anything but the lictor, of course. Lictor looks like this. Obviously Death Leaper looks like Death Leaper, who's just the coolest thing going. So, and then all of my Gene Stealers have the same like squiggly mouth bits, so they blend in with the rest of the army as well. So yeah, I'm really happy. Great video, that one. Hope you enjoyed it. It took me like 14 years to finish the Battle from a Crag box. Like, not consistently. You obviously bought it and then didn't do anything with it for 14 years. So yeah, you're good. You're good. How are we all in this glorious day? We are good. You definitely did succeed at failing to paint them in a day. Yes. Yes. It was supposed to be like I gave myself a 12-hour window and I failed that. So yeah. Love the color scheme. Seems so quick to paint. Yeah, so I've got like I think after this now, because I had 7,500, so 8,500 points of them now painted. So a lot. It's actually funny. There's not a lot of Tyranids that I own that aren't painted. It's one of those few armies where there's not a lot not done. There's still some not done. Don't get me wrong, but so I am excited to field these at Warhammer World, and play against some other cool Xenos races, and have a bit of fun. I'm be wearing clowns and the like. Where are those droid dickers? I have them too. I'm not mad on them, to be honest. I don't know why. They're just a pain in the arse to build. I was thinking of rebuild one of those tanks to be captured by the Mandalorians. That's really cool as well. You could also do one as a destroyed one. Although they have that as scenery yet? I don't think they've done the Saber tank as scenery yet. Hello, Shippo. So, Space Wolves with a hero called... I mean, it's not a terrible idea. We did have an idea of trying to figure out what a Mediocre Hobbies Space Marine chapter could be, and an Irish mythology Space Wolf Force was the thing we kind of landed on. So it's not outside the realms of possibility. Maybe. You never know. I keep twiddling my fingers until it happens. Yeah. You know, outflank with their power hurls. Oh, it's still happening. God damn it. We're just not very... me and Laura are great for ideas, and we know how to implement the ideas. It's just about actually them doing it. That's where we fall a little bit down. But I am in the final bits of organizing the Mediocre Hobbies dice. They are our first batch of 1,000 of those will be arriving at some point in the near future, and we'll be selling them on the website. So, yeah. Needs to be a leprechaun squats. Could you be any more racist? You person. Right, I'm gonna crack a Red Bull. I'm gonna drink a lot of Red Bull, and then you wouldn't get a Space Marine army. You're too mediocre for that. It will be a guard army. Well, that's a more powerful army. What are you talking about? Bland. Appreciate it, Kabrinsky. Oh, that is the stuff. I'm picking up my phone because I want to show you guys something. What the hell's the damn company called again? Damn it. So this is the Ancient Armor set. So it's the Space Wolf Armor upgrade set for that Great Tide Studios are doing. I can't make it go away now. I already have all these files. And that was what he'll look like with all the parts on and all that kind of stuff, jazz. So he's pretty cool. I have gotten another new Redemptor to do that. So I'll be doing a Space Wolves Redemptor Dreadnought in the next few days. Next few weeks. Next few days. So I'm excited for that, yeah. It's going to be awesome. Do you have any tips on painting Death Guard that have a pale white armor? I like that more than green one for some reason. No, I get that. It's a cool scheme. It's the kind of one that if I was doing the pale white scheme, I'd definitely learn how the oil paints work. Because I would just probably do my normal spraying. I might even do the black and then the bone one, Wraith Bone spray, to add a little bit of warmth to it. And then from there, I would paint the metallics and, you know, any like gross bits, but I would leave the armor as clean as possible from the spray. And then I would hit it with the oil paints and then wipe it down and stuff. And I think you'd get a really cool like result from that. This sounds like the Halo soundtrack. It does, but it's not. Only an American would go Leprechaun squats. Yes. Hi Andy, just wanted to say thank you for your past Flesh Tear tutorials and now the Blightlord Terminators. I didn't know where to start with them, but your videos have really helped. I'm really glad that you enjoyed them. I've actually moved on from that Blightlord Terminator tutorial. I'm doing my Death Guard a little slightly different now. So if you look at like my Death Guard from my Kill Team videos, you'll see the new style, just in case you want to check both of them out. The one with the Blightlords was cool too, but I'm currently painting up another Blightlord as we speak, and it will be quite different by the end of it. Oh, I have their stuff for Black Templars and Blood Angels. Glad to see they're doing Space Wolves as well. Yeah, they did Templars and then they did Space Wolves and then they did Dark Angels and then they did Blood Angels. So this is a paid video. They're paying me to make the video. So I always like working with their stuff. I've done a bunch of videos for them now. Red Rum, good evening people. Do we have any Heresy or Death Guard tutorials in the Pale Scheme? Yes. Sweet, I love Space Wolves. It's my main army. I got more than 12,000 points. Jesus. Bad. These are their cults. They're all bad. Mediocre dice are all sides numbered 3. How did you know? Good evening, dice, you say. Shut up and take my money. The Wolves of Erin. It's not a bad name. Good evening, Medusa. Savage, more. Space Wolves better. Yes, Space Wolves better is always better, right? We're good. Okay, so I'm now going to find my brush. And I'm going to get some Death Guard green. And some Nurgling green. Where's my Death Guard green gone? Hey, listen. You hide from me. Oh, and my yellow glaze. I'm going to use these 3 paints to tart up this armor. I have a 2nd edition Space Wolf army and a 5th edition one. I will add a Primaris 10th edition one. Was actually my first 40 army back in 1994. I was 6, 31 years. I'm currently following your Crimson Fizz tutorial. I love your style of using contrast paints as base coat. It helps me a lot. Yeah, it's just so fast. I'm glad you like it. Can I ask, since I follow mainly the red schemes you do, when you paint Flesh Tears red, Khorne red, and then Mephiston red, aren't you just painting one red over the other? No. It's a highlight, like it's like through the spectrum, so you're getting like less and less and less. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, yeah. I've done it in a million videos. I did it on this guy's armor today. I was trying to build up the different tones of his blood dragony armor. to have that like showing through. Like there's loads of different reds, but it's not straight over. Like you can see that it like goes from dark to light through the different tones. So as you're painting, you're applying less and it's coming tighter, and you know what I mean? A gnarly shield. A gnarly shield. I swear it'll focus and you'll see a gnarly shield if it didn't know this wing was here. But yeah, my vampire lord on dragon is now complete. Ready to smout. Smout all. Yeah, zoom. We missed you Tuesday. Yeah, we had one of those evenings where we were tired and didn't feel like being social. I get that. That's totally okay. I was out just saying it and felt it was noticed. I rewatched a video from 52 minutes last night. Was really nice. Red armor recipe. From 52 minutes. I was like, I've never made a video for 52 minutes. Are you crazy? Gold undercoat and then gold Blood Angel's red contrast. That sounds insane. Yeah, I pre-ordered him the other new vampire stuff, but what do you do if mine arrives? He's in the wrong box as well. I mean, they should be blue, but it seems to be red in the pictures. Oh no. I see different red tones, but I don't get it at all. You're not dumb. It's just, what's the wording for it again? It's the assumption. It's a hard thing to do when you're like trying to translate information like from my brain onto a camera, onto a video, because like my brain sometimes thinks like the person will immediately understand what I'm saying, but everyone learns in different ways, so it's totally not your fault at all. I'll try and find like an example. So like for instance, right now, if I pull my Death Guard green first, I was going to do the entire model Death Guard green and then the entire model with the Nurgling green. So right now I've got my Death Guard green and I have my Nurgling green on my palette. And I bang my head. So if we just let's just take that panel across his foot, for instance, right? Which is really hard to notice because it's actually a bunch of toes breaking out of the armor panel. So I'm going to go for the Death Guard green first. And I'm not wanting to go all the way up to the top of where I'm painting. Let me just focus. I don't want to go all the way up. The color that I've left behind, which is the Plague Bear Flesh Shaded, is still so hard. I'm going to pick the shoulder pad because it might be easier to record or get on camera. So like when I start painting here, I'm going to do some scratchy lines and just create a bit of that color. Super simple. I like to pick a direction usually and try and follow that as well. At least this is the one I'm doing with Death Guard, which may be slightly different. So I'm going to do just the shoulder pad. So I'm going to go around the fly symbol now. And as you can see, I'm not pushing it all the way up to where the gold is. The dark shaded bits are still staying dark and shaded. Mess around with some of these chippy bits, do some stabby bits. Okay, so you can definitely see that we've left a bunch of the other color behind, especially around the symbol. And then when we jump up to the next color, which is Nurgling green, we're doing the same steps again, but it's less. So we want to leave behind some of both of the colors now, so the color can get pulled further out. And when we do things like go around the edge of this symbol, we're just trying to get the edges now, really. Like in some videos I've often talked about the idea of one of the things you're fighting against a lot when painting is to make sure it doesn't look like a toy when you're finished. And I always talk about that because you don't want any part of the model to be like a flat color. A flat color is the death of a model in my opinion. It just looks crap. Like, you know what I mean? It looks like mass produced, like made in China toy as opposed to something you've put a bit of time and effort into. And the key to that is to add the texture. Not have each color cover over the previous color entirely. So now I have one shoulder pad which is a bunch of different green tones. You can see what I left behind before. Right? And then I like to add, because I don't like the pale color. So I like to glaze over it. So I'm going to use the Terminators yellow glaze, which is just cheating when it's painting Death Guard. And this you do just paint over because it's see-through. So it'll go from the pallid and pale color that the shoulder trim is now. Now I'll hit it with this yellow glaze. And those different tones will pop out even more. But then somehow also blend together a little bit. And then you get this horrible toxic green shoulder pad. That 1K paint you did was amazing. Great work. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Don't know what you mean. It's the weekend after next. We'll be there Saturday the 24th. We're there from Friday till Sunday, so I think the 24th is one of them. Is it? 30th of May weekend. There you go. Laura knows the dates. It's the 23rd, yeah. I lost my phone. It's over there. It's a lot of effort. But hopefully that helped out a little bit. It's even easier on like I said, the vampire armor. It was easier before I glued the parts on. But like when you're painting this part here, you know what I mean? You put the red contrast on and it's like a flat coat of red. And then when you get to the brighter red, you're kind of going like 2/3 of the way up the armor, spiky bits next armor segment, 2/3 of the way up, leaving it darker in all the recesses. And then you go brighter again. Now you're only going 1/3 of the way up. And it'll give you that kind of like, you know what I mean? It looks textured. It looks not just like a flat color. I wish it would come through better on the camera, but it's just, yeah. The glaze really sells it. Yeah, man. Even when it dries, it gets even better. It's just cheap. Sometimes on the red, it's hard to see it. Yeah, yeah. It's even why when I was doing today's video, which was the vampire armor, like I was really nervous for doing the Wild Rider red, because the Wild Rider red for the last highlight is just nearly orange. Like it's like if you put it next to an orange, it looks orange. And when you put it next to a red, then it turns red. So it's just like a trick of the mind, that color. It's a bizarre one. So when I almost thought that it was going to be too orange for the armor of the vampire, but I decided to do it anyway, because it's that thing that all the painters say, you know, you've got to push your highlights to the extreme. You got to push them that one step further to make them pop. So I'm really trying to kind of go with that. And like playing around with the triad system for the last like year has been helping me out with that a lot. Like normally the base coat and mid-tone, I'm like, I'm here for it. And then I see the highlight, I'm like, that's the wrong color. That won't make it look good at all. It's too bright. And then I do it, I'm like, oh shit, it does look good. They know what they're talking about. So yeah. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Yeah, doing 40th birthday in Warhammer World on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Anyone around, feel free to drop by. And he only charges €5 for an autograph and €10 for a selfie. He's got you there. Okay, so now I'm moving back to Death Guard Green, and I'm going to start layering up the rest of the armor on this beautiful boy. Isn't he only gorgeous? I should actually probably contrast and dry brush up the base first before I start layering in these nice toesies that he has here. So cool when the squad is painted up. Cannot wait for it. Don't worry, west of Ireland, which will be nice in the weather, yes. See you next Friday then. Yes, sir. Anyone else have a fully painted desk? Looked at it and decided I really need to build more. Wait, what? But in other news, the Flawless Blade kit is lovely and has loads of spare swords and heads and stuff. Trust the American to monetize everything, right? Trying to break apart all of the like armor panels that are mashed into broken open skin, and it's actually quite enjoyable to do, but it's like playing Where's Wally when you're painting. I had to read my comment again. Nope, I typed it right. Andy just butchered it. What did I butcher again? Ah, full painting desk. That makes more sense. Yeah. Just like he's butchering the Terminator. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, you're so funny. Yay. Dickhead. Anyway. The sass has returned, yes. I was born to the sass. Molded by it, yes. I find it easier to glue my fingers to the plate if I sandpaper it first. Oh dear. You're definitely gonna end up super gluing yourself when you're using super glue. It just happens. accidentally broke one of the bridle parts off of the zombie dragon when I was trying to glue him in. And putting that back on, I glued myself to the dragon and to everything other than where it was supposed to be glued today. It was a nightmare. So most of the people heading over on the trip with us now have completed their armies. So it looks like we are going to have a full house for fully painted armies. Mr. Valron is struggling through his last squad as we speak. He has a full squad of 10 orc boys. They're not even orc boys, they're orc commandos, so much more detailed. So he's a little bit stressed about that, I think, but other than that, I think he's good to go. And I don't know what Mr. Chin has left, a few bits and pieces, but not much. And I think everybody else is now ready to rock and roll. I was also thinking about doing some like fun awards for the day or for the weekend. Like think of like 10 small, like an award ceremony at the end. But like not like who won the most games or anything stupid like that. More fun things like this, like the stupidest way a general died, or, something like that. Award goes to who died there, that kind of thing. I think that'd be really funny. Salt plus sass equals salsiness. Oh Jesus. Now we just need chips. I do like salsa. I'm now hungry. A few bits on a character, nice. Will you be doing a video report of some sort of... no, I wasn't planning on. Like, at the end of the day, it's not my trip. You know what I mean? Like, we're going over for a birthday party. It's not fair if I try and turn everyone else's experience into content. I don't think they want that. Oh, that is the stuff. Like my Space Marines. Everybody likes Space Marines. If your hobby room caught fire and you could save one model of yours, what would it be? Be gone. Oh God. Probably this. I feel like it's probably the most irreplaceable piece that I have. They do come up on eBay every now and again, but they go for like £1,500 these days. The Marienburg land ship from Forge World for my Sterling army. Probably that. I think. I'm trying to think of anything else that would be irreplaceable. There's loads of collector's models and stuff, but like collector's models from Games Workshop aren't actually that hard to come by. Like if you really wanted one, you get it for like 50 quid, which I know isn't cheap for a model, but you're not too stressed about it. But the only model like in here, if I had to replace it tomorrow, that I think would be really, really difficult would be this. A friend once won for being the happiest player in a kill team tournament. Love that. I'm starting to paint my Tau. I want to use contrast paint over lead belcher for the metallic effect, but I can't get it to go on smooth enough to look good. Are you using a lead belcher spray? And also, I don't know whether you care about this as a thing, but Tau don't use metallics. It's like they never learned what metallics are, like steel. They don't use steel. Nothing on a toast. It's all like hyperplastics and stuff. It's all ceramides and not ceramides, but carbon fiber and all that kind of stuff. I'll send some dance routines I won't learn by next week. Oh no. I'll snap some shots from behind the shop doors. I'll have to sign an NDA. Damn it. Don't do NDAs. Oh wait. I have started the Horse Heresy novels again from the beginning. I would love a Garrow paint tutorial one day, please. If I had a Garrow model, I'd do a paint tutorial on it tomorrow. I genuinely found a lot of the miniatures for the Horse Heresy to be a little bit disappointing as to what's in my head. Even Sigismund, who is my favorite character ever in any book, his model is okay, but it's not amazing. Garrow is perfect. He is a flawless miniature. I love him so much. His armour with the Aquila coming, oh my god. What a beast. Never forget the fun fact about Garrow. He wields Excalibur. Your tutorials are the best for me. Glad to hear it, buddy. The lead belcher is smooth, but the contrast paint is blotchy. I'm using blue contrast and their armour is described as an alloy, so I figured it could count as some fancy space alloy material for sure. The smoothness is the problem. Like, if you spray a model black, then spray the model lead belcher, you'll get a slightly rougher texture, but like not like you would notice it at the end of a paint job or anything like that. It just on an almost microscopic level, it'll be slightly rougher, which will give a surface that's a lot easier for the contrast to grip to, which means it will go over a lot easier. If I get a Garrow, I will send it to you to paint for the world gets a tutorial from you. You can do that, but I'm not sending it back. Argyle is beautiful because he's a much later model. He's so good. I have one of these ace. He's amazing. I want an award for the most grim way to transport. Yeah. But yeah, I want 10 ideas. I was hoping you guys would help me out with ideas for the awards. Like, the only one I have so far is the stupidest way your general has died. You could even have the stupidest way you lost a game. You know what I mean? Like, just something fun and silly and just a little bit interesting. The whole bringing not power armor to this event was my idea, and I think it's been a great success because everybody has painted a new army for this event, and I think everybody is pretty happy with the armies that they have painted. I just haven't told them I'm bringing Death Guard yet, but I'm going to be doing nothing but Death Guard Terminators on stream until the squad is finished. So if it takes 10 streams, guys, you gotta buckle up. 10 streams to get all these Terminators done. If I get Gar, yeah, that makes sense. Like, no worries. It was trial and error that I learned that was a thing. You know, when I ran the Games Workshop store, I did a thing where I ordered like 300 of those Space Marine tutorial models that they sent to all the stores to do the painting lessons, and then I threw all the Space Marines away, and I kept their bases, the scenic bases, and I made a whole chart of like, here's lead belcher spray, and then here's all the colors if they were like, you know what I mean, all the contrast tried over lead belcher and over, so it was a whole thing. And that's when I learned that the metallics were a nightmare, and like, yeah, I would be like putting a coat on and it would go into pools in the middle. I'm like, what is going on here? So yeah, it was a nightmare. I like Little Horace. There's no model Little Horace though. Is there? Insert Rick and Morty. Way up there, GIF meme. Oh no. Or dry brush with Stormwell Silver and then contrast will stick better. I like Little Horace. Who drank the most? Most cinematic moment? Yeah, that'll be cool. Who had the luckiest dice rolls? That's gonna be me. Least cinematic moment? That's gonna be you. Who died when they really shouldn't have? That's Chin again. Actually, a fun one is most thematic moment, like the person with a Tau just whiffing close combat so badly that they wipe out, etc. It's possible. Tim is already arguing results. It sounds about right. Still can't believe I painted an army. Feels wrong. Yeah, but like, if I hadn't have put that like thing in, you probably would have just taken your Iron Warriors or your Ultramarines or your Unnumbered Sons or something, right? You wouldn't have painted a whole new army for it. Fine for me, Death Guard for fun to paint. You damn right. No, I worked there for 15 years, but even that predated me. Even my wet palette is finding it hard to keep up with the heat in the room for not drying out paints. That's not good. And I was thinking, will that be the end for you, Mr. Chin? Like, you've done 1,000 points of beautiful orcs. Do you plan to push that army further? Is there any other units that you didn't get done that you're like, oh, I'd really like to do a battle wagon, or I'd really like to do a Daka jet, or a squad of storm boys, or that kind of thing? I know you wanted to do Gazgul, wasn't it? Or are you just happy to go, there's my 1,000 points, I'm done? A Stompa? I want to do a Stompa. I've been itching to do a Stompa for a while now. I thought doing the one I 3D printed would get that itch out of mine, but it hasn't. I'm also in the mood to do a Valkyrie for some reason. My Karsakin finally deserve a transport to get into game properly. I think a Valkyrie is about the only thing that suits. I did have 3 Valkyries. I gave 2 of them away, which is unfortunate. I kind of wish I didn't now. But the one remaining has the Forge World upgrade for the Punisher cannons on it, which I think would be a fairly sick vehicle for the Karsikins to join. Yes, there is Stampaclad. Mine is fine, but I am a moist person. How about 2 Thunderbolts? I do have 2 Thunderbolts to do. I do have the dwarf. What? The axe throwing war machine? I do have one of those, if that's what you're asking. A Goblobber is, I don't know what that is. Do Thunderbolts will be a project one day, but it's such a mighty project. Question is, do you do them together? That's so much work. But I don't know if I finished one entirely, would I be so keen to like crack open and start doing the second one? So I feel like I'd kind of have to do them together. I love the Wargames exclusive mini Vandalorian Assassin and the short. It's not in prime. What are you talking about? You know, actually, random side note, I switched to deionized water in my wet palette and it works beautifully and has less bacteria, so my copper rod means no mold. Nice. I like that. I have heard about using deionized water. It just sounds like a lot more work than turn tap. I went to a tournament that had Goblin of the Day award for any super basic model that does something epic. In theory, there's always a goblin kills a knight. It's true. It's true. There'll definitely need to be some little awards or something given out for these thingamajigos. It's not like I don't have an abundance of printers everywhere that need to be used. I could print out some tokens or something. I brought 5 liters like 3 months ago and I'm not even halfway through it, and it was super cheap. Just use Evian or hammer. It's a PLA, buddy. I need a PLA printer to do it. I'm not printing you a resin hammer. You would drop it immediately and it would break into 1,000 pieces. And clean my airbrush. Works wonders. Super pure. I'm sure it still sounds like more work than needs to be. Be grand. You'd have holy purifying music on while I'm painting Death Guard. Just safer this way. Purely out of interest, and you probably said before, but what is the worst GW kit you've ever built? There was one recently that did my nut in, wasn't there? What was that? I feel like there was something recently that I hated. I don't know what it was though now. Obviously it wasn't too bad if I can't remember. Maybe I just mentally blocked it out. Nothing is bad to build, it's just time consuming to build. Like, I'm super excited to paint my 77th Redemptor Dreadnought. Genuinely so excited to paint one. I have to build another Redemptor Dreadnought. I hate building them now. There's so many parts. Well, the metal slam mage priest wasn't bad. What was the one I did recently that I hated? The original Necron monolith thing was insane. It was a nightmare, but I have a very fond memory of getting it for Christmas and being in my parents' house and being like 14 or whatever, and on Christmas Day stealing my sister's bobbins for her hair to hold all the panels together while it was gluing. So Paragon war suits, I haven't actually built any of them yet, so I can't say. The novitiates were a bit annoying too, very small, finicky, but not too bad. Currently building a sod of a model. Which one are you building? Your old Forge World well was fantastic. I love the moss between the stones. Did you like that as a video? It was just way off the cuff. I don't know what made me want to do it, but I still need to add some more. I need to add water effect to it and stuff as well, but yeah, that will get filled in with water for proper water effects. That's why I put the moss in the bottom, so when I do put the water in, it'll have that like greeny mossy look. I think it'll be really cool. And the bucket and stuff, and more grass around it. But it's just a nice little thing. Old school Forge World, just tasty. And like I said, I did buy 2 of them. Tim was there when I bought 2. He knows I own 2 of these, but I don't know where the second one is. I feel like I got abandoned in my parents' house and ended up in a bin at some stage, but it's kind of sad to say, but yeah. I'm just determined to have like nice sets of scenery for the old world, so I'm taking my time. I'm not like batch painting my entire town, which is what I did for my 3D printed stuff. Each one I want to be a thing. Yeah. Oh, the Incarn was a nightmare. That was one of the worst ones I've ever built. What a horrible pig of a model. The connection point of its neck holding the entire model. Oh, I'm so sorry you're building that model right now. Only remembered it existed recently, but the online if you Google dwarf artillery that fires goblins. It was a lovely video. I hope you do one of the new vampire terrain as well, maybe even comparing it to the old Garden of Moor. Already built, buddy. Already ready to go and be a thing. I just haven't got around to it just yet. And oh, these are stunning scenery pieces, and quite a lot more like spectacular than the old Garden of Moor stuff. As a comparison, they don't really compare new to old. The new is just bananas. So yeah, they're huge. Like, they're proper, like even a Terminator to one of these pieces. You know what I mean? It's a big thing. So, yeah. I like them a lot. Like, look at even inside and the pit and stuff, all the bones and stuff. So cool, all the skulls, the candles, and like that's what I mean. If I did a speed paint video painting up all of these things, like all my Garden of Moor, I'd be dry brushing and I'd be leaving things like left behind. But if I'm doing them one at a time and like doing it proper, rusted gates, and you would have all the skulls painted, and you would have all the little candles painted properly, and the flames glowing, and the vines, and you know what I mean? The kind of paint job it deserves. Even then, imagine this, all the bones and stuff done, and then water effect, and you can see all the old skulls. Oh, it'd be so freaking cool. Love it. You fall down now. The movie doesn't just remind me of Halo. It reminds me of being lost in Halo. You've killed all the enemies but went the wrong direction and you're just wandering, confused. Yeah. I pre-ordered 2 sets. Nice. Song, not movie. I know what you meant. But the box is just those 3 buildings. Yeah. I must say my favorite diorama at Warhammer World Museum is the necropolis that they repurposed for Ossiarch bone reap. Yeah, it's beautiful. The Warhammer video did was nice for those buildings. Worst model ever put together. Yeah. The other's a gentle hammer, Christ, chisel, lol. His Royal Highness, yes. I had someone tell me they wanted to see me paint it. I feel I was punked. Oh god. Any tips for sealing pigment powder? I was thinking of using alcohol to keep it in place. Mr. Chin, if he's still here, he actually has a... I keep meaning to buy it. I keep forgetting to ask him what it is again. He has a like a thing that's pigment holder. If you literally apply it on top of it and it holds the pigment. What did I miss? His Royal Highness. Oh, sorry. Can anyone suggest ways to debond superglue from resin? From a resin 30k contemptor, my bud tried freezing it without luck. That's what I was going to suggest. I suggested Loctite superglue debonder and welcome other suggestions. So the problem is I've talked about this before, resin is porous. Like if you looked at a resin piece under a microscope, it's not a smooth surface, it's full of little bumps and holes, and that's what the superglue is gripping onto. So the superglue is more likely to break than the superglue is. So honestly, I would try freezing it again, as cold as you can possibly make it. That sometimes fractures and cracks the glue. You can try a debonding agent maybe, but like depending on what you're trying to get apart, maybe just a scalpel blade through the joint and try and cut it away. If it really needs to come apart, maybe. Worst model I put together is the Full Metal Slayer axe thrower back in the day, followed by the what? Oh, the Reaver Titan for Adeptus Titanicus. The Titans for Titanicus are awful because there are as many parts as a Night Titan. It's awful. Yeah, really sharp knife, just cut the piece off. It's yeah, potentially. I've seen those, but I'm looking to use the models for gaming, so we're still a mess of time. Just get ready around the messy pigments. Yeah. So when you're 80, well, it's all possible. Zoom! Is anybody not digging the vibes of Templar hymn music as we do hobby? Actually fine today. With the amount of stuff we have, probably. I love it, right? It's chill, right? Like trying to build a chair without someone sitting on it. What? Tried to build a Demon Prince but found it too hard. The new one. I have somewhere an old black coach in full metal. I had one of them. I gave it to my friend Jur. Worst model I put together was the metal slant. Tried connection points holding. Yeah. I never had it break though. I don't know why. Never minded the slant. Seriously have like 21 Terminators to paint, not including characters. Crap. Oh, more. I forgot about those ones. 20, 21, 22, 24 Terminators to paint. Scheiße. I think it'd be a super cool for big like thematic campaigns and stuff. I like the idea of having an elite boarding party. It's like, you know, the Death Guard pull into orbit in their awesome ships and they want to take out the Imperial super ship, so they send across the elite boarders to take out the captain, and you know what I mean? They do a proper like 2,000 point boarding patrol and just use nothing but elite stuff. An interesting game actually, that kind of just coming in my head is kind of filling in the gaps of how you would play a game like that. And it could be one of those missions of like, you know, the Terminator's job is to get to the bridge. They have 6 turns, and the enemy has the guys holding the ship. Like their kills just keep coming back on. So squads of boarding marines and stuff like that are boarding guard guys, and they just, you kill them, cool. They come around the next corridor and they're still there, and it's all you're trying to do is slow the Terminators down for 6 turns. This would have been good for the Trench Crusade, you're true. I would use the boarding actions rules, I like those. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Love your World Leaders painting scheme. Planning on Death Guard at some point. Wait, what? I'm doing Death Guard right now. Because I buy all the big kill team boxes, I have basically enough terrain for 2 full tables of boarding patrol. Nice. Yeah, I'm the same. I got all the big kill team box sets, so I can do like a 44 by 60, a full table of the boarding stuff, and play a big game of it. It's a lot of fun to see. It's all built and primed. I need to put paints on them, oil wash, and then rust weld. Nice. Thing is, I always want to do games like that, plan it all out, and then people just flake, and we end up playing Blood Bowl. That's not on. You also have to understand that, like, when I'm like, I hope to, I like to think that I'm a conscientious like opponent. I'm like, at least a lot more than I used to be. So like when I'm thinking about that cool mission, I'm like, okay, is that fun for both people? Like I'm thinking about how cool my elite Terminators, Death Guard Terminators stomping down corridors is, wrecking guys. But if the guy I'm playing against happy to be like, okay, I push my boarding marines out into the corridor again. Okay, they're dead again. Cool. Next turn they come back out. Cool, they're dead again. That's all. Or would they figure out a way to make it fun and I did like your Instagram post the other day, Hammer's Backlog. It was just funny timing because I just painted 1,000 points of my Tyranids in 2 days, and then you put up a post with your like 2 Gene Stealers and stuff, and we're like, let's see if I can paint these in 1 day. That's a serious difference in time. That's quantity and quality if I've ever seen it. Did you actually get them done? I didn't actually see another post. personally like the old Cosm approach. Set an open scenario and then play 2 games one time each side. Okay. Makes for way more cinematic games and storytelling, but does take so much more time. True. We're hopefully playing 40k with a mate on Saturday, but under a pop-up gazebo in the front garden. Yes! Should be good fun if the gazebo turns up on time. Did I get that entire model done with the... I think I did. I think it's ready for the yellow glaze. I think. Why will I not focus? I swear to God. It's such a pale scheme, and then the... What that yellow glaze does, what I tell you now. Were you talking to me there? If so, yes. I got 2 jeans that done in 8 hours and felt pretty smug, to be honest. I like it. But they look better than my Tyranids. Done. When we get back from Warhammer World, I'll either build up my Emperor's Children army, and Emperor's Children can fight your Death Guard in a spaceship, or I can bring my Black Templars, and I will play with just bodies, no vehicles. Either or would be cool. It would be kind of cool for that whole, like I said, imagine like a real thematic game. So like it could work either way, but you're in command of the spaceship. The Terminators teleport in. So the first 2 turns, like the guys can muster like boarding, like guardsmen. They're Navy breachers. I've been trying to think of their bloody name for the last 10 minutes. So just loads of Navy breachers show up because they're the first things that would respond. And then as they figure out that the threat is way more serious, they would be able to call in more and more reinforcements. So that's where maybe some Space Marines would show up, or maybe some Loyalist Terminators would then show up, like turns 2 and 3, and then 4 and 5, harder and harder things show up to stop you. It's just really cool, I think. I'll be taking my Emperor's Children again, I think. 100% win rate so far. Nice! What did you do for the base? It's just the texture paste so far. The Fireland. I'll show you what it looks like at the end. That's the finished base. This, like I said, is just the beginning of the base. Okay. Do you have another channel for your battles? No, I do not do a second channel or any of that jazz. We did do battle reports for a while. It was really stressful and the studio didn't really work. We are waiting for... We will return to battle reports when we are in a studio, but until that time, we just can't really feasibly do them properly. I think you've told... I think I've told my Metal Pegasus Childhood Trauma story before. I just got made to order confirmation of my new one on the way. Can finally face my past. Oh no. I have a face my past model. Is that on my shelf still? Where the hell did I put it? There it is. One of these Middle Earth, damn it, Old World Wednesday videos, I will face my fear of this. Because man, did I fail bad doing this. This is my original one. And it is just... It did not go well. It is just... So... One day I will do a video where I assault, and this is the only model that's ever truly defeated me. An old Dark Elf Hydra. So yeah, that's mine. I do plan on renting a studio at some point. Unfortunately, everything monetarily has to get a lot more and a lot more stable, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? We have to see like 3 or 4 months of a consistent amount of money to be able to be like, okay, now we can think about renting a studio. Now we know there's going to be consistent rent coming in, and with obviously YouTube paying us and Patreon and all that kind of stuff. It's just hard. So it is the goal, it's the dream. I think it would make a real big difference to the kind of content we could make. And like I said, I would love to do like at least one battle report a week would be the goal. It doesn't have to be a massive one every time. I like the 1,000 point battle reports we did before. I think they really worked. There was something a little bit different. Focusing on not missing any of the green armor with this glaze. I personally would love to see a campaign-based building area, bad reps here. I would kill for 1 million of those. Could start with small armies and gradually add them. Yeah, I would love that. Like we had when we did the battle reports on the channel before, we did have like an entire system which was where we were basing our campaign on, and the whole concept behind it, which I thought of myself, which I thought was quite cool. So if you understand the lore of 40k, you know that there's certain planets which have pylons on them. Cadia had the most pylons on. That's why it was at the Eye of Terror, was holding it closed. And the pylons are like big beacons of like anti-chaos. They pushed all the chaos out, kept everybody safe. They're all failing over the blah, whatever. That's what Abaddon's Crusades were all about, going to those worlds, destroying the pylons. And when we finally broke Cadia and that many pylons went, that's when the galaxy got cut in half because of the rift, all that jazz. So we had this concept of there was a system where the primary world in it was full of pylons too, but it was in the middle of the Cicatrix Maledictum. So it was like a system that was totally bubbled from the outside world. And the whole concept was that so many forces that got caught in the Cicatrix Maledictum were all trying to find a safe harbor, and they would stumble into this kind of bubble of safe space, and then they would be stuck. they're like, we can't leave right now. So it just became this whole like Dawn of War style campaign where you could just keep introducing forces. And why were they there? They're all there for the grimmest of reasons, which is just survival. And it was a cool series, and we had maps and all that kind of stuff, but we want to do more about it. And like, I would love to continue on that series. We had like named characters for the different armies and like linked missions and all sorts. It was awesome. One day we will get back to it. Like the classic 4 general tales. Yeah, that kind of thing is very cool. I run 7 minutes. Sorry, I was sending messages that made no sense. Oh, it's all good, buddy. All the gaming content in it, he is nowadays so yeah, it is, Mike. It's so tournament focused, and it just like one of the things that genuinely makes me sad is a tournament gaming table with the setups, all the same buildings, all the same L's, and then like it seriously gets my goat. I'll show you exactly what I mean. I don't know what this is. It's like, I'm for one, you don't need a balanced table. I don't think you need a balanced table. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Where's an example of one of these shitty tables? Warmer tent. Tournament terrain. Like, look, there you go. There's the tournament terrain pack. That's what they want you to buy. And then they want you to set up games like this. And in my brain, I'm like, where do the roads go in that town? How do the roads go? No town is set up that way. That looks stupid. Like, absolutely. There you go. We are ready to play. That is the most despicable, disgraceful excuse for a gaming table I have ever seen. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. I hate everything about it. You've got to have like a road system, man. Like this town needs to look like a town. Fucking stupid. I'm just getting annoyed. I was running 7. Yeah, sorry. Yes. Bars. Yes. I hate the shape stuff with a passion as well. It's just stupid. I'd love to have some campaign events with beautiful tables, but all the events have in Ireland are the competitive tournaments focused. Makes me, yeah, they're gross. Yeah, we've got a final battle for our Mighty Empire campaign on Sunday. 3K Orcs v. Oh, it's so cool. I love that so much. Now you've made me happy again. You have not gotten my goat. That pops up as I am putting contrast in the last 2 of my Death Guard kill team. Love it. I agree about the roads. Yeah, it has to look like a town. It has to look like a board, or my immersion is just gone. Like, if you're not going to bother playing on a nice table, don't do nice armies. Just have bases with Terminator written on the base. You might as well. Like, or you do the battle reports in Underworld. No, you've no idea how much more complicated it is than you think. That was the model where you threw away the first one you had, right? I like the small scale games the channel is all about, accessible hobby and shy of 20,000 point games. Yeah, I thought it was really good. I wish we could give more to you guys. Was your loyalty to the community? I think it's. I appreciate it, buddy. You give enough. Input for everyone for this one. Would you recommend 1K games for newer players, or playing Combat Patrol? Honestly, I haven't played Combat Patrol, so I can't give you a legitimate answer to that question. If anyone else has had both experiences, maybe they could weigh in. I would prefer boarding actions as my starting point. 500-point armies, pretty cool rule set, real chill. Film, but still not able to stand everyone right now. Yeah, recommend Combat Patrol to limit the rule set. As soon as you feel comfortable with the 1K games, you're fine. Nice. I would say try 700 points first. Combat Patrol is good, but means you are restricted to certain models. I get that. I would need a girder with lights and cameras and microphones over the table permanently to be able to do it. Yeah, wondering if 1K points game might be better. Cost, yes. Tournament players at the club all use the stuff for every game. Looks awful. I'm so looking forward to playing on the big city board of Warm. Yes, so much so. Like, I literally remember setting up my Age of Sigmar table. Like, before I came back to 40K a lot, I was doing a lot of Age of Sigmar stuff genuinely because I loved the models. Age of Sigmar models are so beautiful. I've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 13 fully painted Age of Sigmar armies to my left. Like, fully painted. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miniatures. But, like, I 3D printed an entire medieval town, and I got the proper mat with, like, the cobblestone roads and everything. I set it all up, and the first person I played, they did come in and were like, that's not really going to work for objectives, and it's not really going to work for movement. It's real restrictive. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, good, let it be restrictive. Let's fight around a building. Let's have a bit of like an alley brawl there. Like, oh, just because there's not enough room for your 3 units and all the combos to work, and like, late stage Warhammer Hordes 3rd edition onwards, just paper flat terrain, and in some cases bases without miniatures. We mustn't judge though. If anyone drinks Monster, the Aussie lemonade is so good, but it's so easy to drink. You could down a whole can. It's got a pretty fish on it too. It's an angelfish. I feel you so much. Yeah, right. All right. Look how cool the green looks now. That looks cool, right? No, don't chase the competitive play. Like, even for this trip that we're going on, I have twisted it a little bit to have a slightly different experience again while we play. And that different experience, I asked everyone, I didn't just tell them. I was like, if anyone has any problems with this, but I think this would be a good idea. This is the Warhammer 40K 4th edition rulebook, and we're taking the missions out of here. So real chill, enjoyable missions, as opposed to like constantly trying to figure out who has what objective, or you know, what secondaries everyone's got and all that, like all of that stuff. It can seem quite like, I don't want to slow it down. I don't want to be constantly thinking about that stuff when I'm trying to just throw dollies across the table. Yeah, the smell of this book is amazing. Oh, I could just dive into it. Still smells the same as the day I bought it. Man, I bought this a long time ago. Where the heck's the mission's gone? Choose a mission. Right, so here's the mission. Here's the pages for how missions work. So you have scoring units and all that jazz. Roll for your mission. There's 5 choices. 6th is the person that rolls the highest gets to choose the mission. So there's only 5 missions. And we've decided we're going to do a round robin. There's 6 of us going, so everyone plays everybody once. That's 5 games. So 5 missions, so we're just going to play each mission once the whole way through. So to give you an example of how simple some of the missions are, this is Cleanse. This is the first mission. Both sides are attempting to sweep the area clean of opposing troops. Roving forces should be on the lookout to seek and destroy enemy units they encounter, whatever. Both forces are seeking to clear the enemy from the area. This is achieved by controlling table quarters. The table is divided into 4 areas, 4 and blah. To control a table quarter, there must be no scoring enemy units and at least 1 scoring unit of your own in the quarter, blah, blah, blah. And then so you just check at the end of the game. The game ends after turn 6 or 5, and you go, cool. How many table quarters do you have? I've got 2. How many have you got? 1. Cool, I win. That's the game. No, what score is it? It's 912 to 722 points. Okay, I quit. Alright, let us use Dust and Dawn. First turn, everyone has stealth, everyone has cover. Nice. All my guys have night vision. They're alliums, you idiot. Oh yeah. This one. This might be my favorite Terminator. The one like where his armor is entirely split from behind and he's just horribleness is leaking out. It's so cool. Oh my god, that book was amazing. It's 4th edition rulebook. It was my favorite edition. Is there any new / gifted subs that need a link or Discord? I miss pocket-sized rulebooks. They were so good. I have all the old campaign books. Even got one of the 40k map tile sets in plastic. Nice. Do you keep some? If they're like a cool box, I will keep it. Like you like Cadia Stand, like that box set. If it's just like the Battle Force box sets for these Death Guard, then no. I have this thing which is, once again, when the studio happens, like the shelves that I have, these Billy bookcases. So you can divide them up so they're exactly the same width apart, every single shelf, and they're exactly the same height as a box. So you can slide a box in so it's on display, and then you can have the contents of that box set on a shelf in front of it, and it looks so good. I used to have some of it set up that way, but space ran out and I needed to consolidate, put more things on each shelf. So I'd love to go back to that system. It's just simple things. So, you know, the Cadian Stands box set and then the new Cadian models in front of it. You don't need to duplicate. I don't need 150 Cadians on the shelf. Just 1 or 2 squads to show what Cadian infantry looks like. You know what I mean? So the Vampire Lord video is now live. The Crazy Bacon. Hey, I would like to say thank you for your video on Death Guard, and I hope you do more. I'm literally painting more now. Death Guard is my favorite Legion in all of 40k, but I was intimidated by the painting with your video. I have helped me gain confidence and paint them. Is it okay to use your scheme? Yes, that's why I do it, buddy. Use the scheme. Paint your war dollies. Absolutely. I'm glad you find it useful. It's why I put out the videos. Alleviate some fears and get some dollies on the table. So, yeah. Just if you post on Instagram, just tag me so I can see the stuff. I like seeing stuff what people do with my schemes. Make sure I don't miss out on any of the skin. Otherwise Annie just makes videos of nothing. Wait, what? Yeah. It's true. I think it's more important to find models you like and enjoy to paint, because doing a whole army is a commitment. Starting small with a box or combat patrol makes sense, and just go with you fancy. I don't think any army is not viable for newer players. Of course, there's harder to... Yeah. Any more Star Wars Legion? After all, they are putting out new starter boxes now. Maybe. Like the last thing that I put out for Star Wars... No, I did a Shatterpoint model, and I did the diorama. Did you see my diorama video where I did Luke, Jesus Christ. I did Obi-Wan fighting Vader in the whole big scene that they get, that box set. I was so excited for it, and I put it out for May the 4th be with you. It was May 4th last year, and it tanked so hard. It was so disheartening with the amount of work that had to go into that piece. I'm looking at it now, like can I get this out without breaking everything? I think these two went first. Like I did this whole thing, and obviously you have Vader sits in here, you have Obi-Wan that sits in here, and you create that awesome scene. And like I put a lot of work into it, and like I put it out on the right day, and nobody gave a shit. Just nobody cared. Like I could spend a 10th the amount of time painting up a Space Marine, and it would do so much better as a video. So I would like to do more, but the internet doesn't want me to do more. So yeah. So anyway, that gets thrown in the bin. Well, we liked it. I know, I just wish there was more of you. Always more. To be fair, I think you need an audience numbers in 40k of the old world. Yeah. Yeah, even AOS is just... Yeah. Like, I still try and put out videos for as much of the old world stuff, or the Age of Sigmar stuff as I can. Like the dragon, I did the zombie dragon. But it won't do as well as the Death Guard video I did for Kill Team, like... Single Death Guard or a giant zombie dragon. But I shall continue, because if it helps a couple of people, it is worth the effort. I know so many content creators who'd love to do other stuff, but they're just not visible. Even stuff like Marvel Cross Pro, Infinity iOS, Bolt Action. Yeah. Yeah, Trench Crusade is definitely not the shiny thing anymore. I don't think it's going anywhere, but it's not that like in everyone's face at the moment. Many say that games mechanics are better on Star Wars Legion game than 40k. I haven't been playing it yet. I'm a collector and a painter most of all. Yeah, I played the first edition of Star Wars Legion and it was really good. Really enjoyed it. Might as well throw that orange contrast over his base while I'm waiting. Doo-doo. Slap some base texture paint on some trolls next unit. 4 is almost done. Time to build some chaos. Nice. And due to becoming a tournament crowd does not help. Yeah. I tried the 8th edition Fantasy Triumph and Treachery rules for Old World on Monday. Don't quite work, but the free for all is very fun there. I wonder if they'll actually refresh it. Could be fun. It's really good. Do you actually have a copy of the Triumph and Treachery book? Or did you just have like a PDF of it? It's a great book. It's where they brought in all the arcane thingies. Portal, no. What were the things called? That you stand on for your wizards? I'm getting Storm of Magic and Triumph and Treachery mixed up. That's my bad. Is to use the old 5th edition siege rules and castle. Yeah, I had a castle. It's gone. I wish I still had a castle. Hopefully they do a made to order for the old Warhammer castle at some point. That's something I would buy again. This look, I love it so much. The split skin next to the green, it just works. Look how gross the back of him looks now. Going full, full nostalgia is the way to go. He also has the Monsters Arcanum book, which might be the prettiest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I have both of them, the Monsters Arcanum and the Terminators books. They are stunning. They used in quite some pictures. I think they'll bring back Cathay, the Great Wall set, maybe. What do you do for your free time, or is this your free time? This is my free time. I don't have free time. I like to hobby. I love hobbying, so I hobby a lot. Is it raid time? Oh, we have a raid. Sorry. I heard raid and I was like, oh, it's not time to raid, guys. We got 10 minutes left. Epic Duck Studios raiding with a party of 15. Welcome in. Fire cookie cannons at raiders. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome in. I wonder if I could do where's the new one? There you go. Spill the tea. How was your stream? I love it. Definitely not viable for fair game, but much for cinematic storytelling. Yeah. Have you seen the Monsters Arcanum book? I think it's the Monsters Arcanum book. Hold on, I gotta show it to you. I meant to say Storm of Magic book. Every time I get that wrong. So this is the Storm of Magic book, which is one of the coolest extra things they ever brought into Warhammer Fantasy. You see, it doesn't open like a normal book. It opens like this because it has a freaking turny table on to decide which lore of magic is in ascendancy for this turn. So this is the lore of metal would have gotten like crazy extra bonuses for this round. And then you have obviously your stunning Monsters Arcanum or Storm Magic book, which introduced like rogue monsters into the game. So you could just have like an unridden Rhinox or a cockatrice or a chaos dragon or a giant spined beast or like a dragon. You know what I mean? You could have Yetis or saber tusks or Lamasus or great Tauroses, and you could just add these things into your army for reasons. Fen beasts, plague toads. There's the Truthsayer. It's the last time he was in a book. And he's so expensive, man, because he's so powerful. 210 points. Flamir is out, and then you have the packs, and then each army had pack stuff, and it was just such a cool thing. I loved it so much, and I just, yeah. It is the one that brought in these Citadel Arcane Fulcrum models. So wizards would summon these things and stand on top of them and become mega powerful. So instead of them just being deployed in a unit on your army, they would like summon up a crazy magical staircase, or you know, and when they're on top of those things, they're powerful. Man. They were so powerful. Do you have a full-time job on top? I thought you went all in with it. Yeah, this is my full-time. I do probably 60, 70 hours a week working on the videos and the streaming and everything else that goes into it. Even people don't understand, like I can't talk about what I'm doing, but after, like, the thing I'm working on tomorrow for Saturday, I have to build after the stream today. So I'll be like, oh, I'll see you later, guys, in a couple of minutes. And you think that's the end of my day? Nah, then I gotta build something for... So another 2 hours of building, and then maybe I can go to sleep. So it's a lot of work. You need to go to page 69, Storm Magic book. Have a look at the Blue Wizard Tower. See how the ledge is big and thick and plastic, and look at the one on the background, the grey one, where the wizard's standing on it and made of plastic art. Do you know why this is? Is it the prototype? I don't know. Did you see the RPG set The Old World is going to be released? No, I have not. There's been one in print since 1988. It's not new unless you mean CRPG. Well, it's new if it's the first Old World roleplay book, not the Warhammer Fantasy roleplay book. Do you know what I mean? It's based on the new setting. In German, the word for self-employed is roughly translated into self and all the time. Yes. Yes. German has a double meaning. If you split the meaning on your own, all yeah. But the Old World is what the setting has been called since the 80s. No, it's called Warhammer Fantasy, isn't it? It's a Warhammer Fantasy roleplay book. I should know. There's one here. I think there's one here. I mean, there's everything here. Is it here? Was here. I don't know where it is right now. Okay, Valdar. Chill. Nobody's saying you're wrong. No need for the aggression here. We're all good, buddy. The Old World RPG is also going to have a difficult rules set, apparently. Sounds very cool. They've showcased the front cover and they're doing stuff with creators. You could reach out, probably. Could be a bit of fun. Could be a bit of fun. So that's another thing that would require like a studio. Like imagine having a setup thing where you could do your roleplay session once a week or twice a month or something. And I'm not going to try and do another stage on this guy anyway, just, yeah. But I really like how he's turning out. I got the green exactly where I want it to be, and I got the nasty skin all done and ready to rock and roll. So, yeah, it's just like metallics, the purpley bits, finish off his base and his weapons, and then he's kind of ready to rock and roll, and then I can start on another one. wasn't being aggressive. Way to lose a follower by smarmily making fun of them. Cheers. You're welcome, pal. Bye-bye. Sounds very cool. Funny. Looks great. Yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, the old, like, when they moved over to the Age of Sigmar roleplay stuff, that never sat right with me. It just seemed really bizarre as a whole, like, concept of a party being like a dryad or like a treekin and then a dwarf. And then it's just like, how did that kind of a party, like, how do they have a conversation? Like, they wouldn't have a conversation. So, I don't know. A good night, Glyn. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bloody up the melee weapon. I will definitely be doing lots with the melee weapon. I haven't even started yet. I decided to give it a bone handle, which is pretty grim. So, like, that'll be layered up with bone and then lots of grim and lots of oxidized and then blood and all that other stuff. So, yes. It should be fun. He's going to be cool. And like I said, I have a lot of Terminators and most of them are like different scopes. So when you see them all like lined up together and moving around, it's going to be pretty cool. Can't wait to see it. Even just the first squad of 5. Once the first squad of 5 is done, I've got the big tank and the little tank. So the Blight Hauler and the ugly one. And once those two things are painted, that big box set is all painted up. Like, it's kind of cool. When you get a studio, will you move all... Yeah, all the hobby stuff will move to the studio, yeah. It'll be... like... It'll be intense. It's going to be a cool space, I think. Whenever it happens. Just got to keep plugging away. Yeah. So many different avenues to figure out and make work and be consistent with. And yeah. Not sure I'll roleplay, but the books are amazing for lore. Yeah. AOS has the same issue D&D and Magic the Gathering have with their plane system. There's no stringent connection, even with stuff like gates, planewalkers, spelljammers, etc. That's way above my head on the info. I don't know how that works. But I do feel like that in D&D as well. Like, I've talked about this with my friends because a lot of my friends are like real heavy D&D players. And I wonder if it's that thing, like, if you play D&D consistently like every week for 10 years, you don't want to be a rogue and a bard and a barbarian again. You want to be a dragonborn or an artisan or, you know, like mad stuff. But I'm still so new into the idea. I've done the Curse of Strahd, played it for 2 years, had a great time, finished it. That's truly my only real full campaign. So I'm still excited by the prospect of being a barbarian or a rogue but you know what I mean? So when someone is something that's like crazy, like a dragonborn or like, it just gets a bit weird in my head. I'm like, how do you have a conversation with a crocodile man or whatever? I don't, it's hard for me to figure that out. Will your home be empty then? Probably. The studio, the attic will be empty, yeah. I'll just put like an old, you know, fat TV and a Nintendo 64 on the ground and a pillow on the floor and I'll be happy. A guy like that in chat, like I need a new hole in my forehead. Oh Jesus, no need for it all. The man is gone for good, I hope. Yeah, God, I'm sweltering. I made up my own sci-fi universe with a sandbox system called Stars Without Number. A lot of the work, but very fun and creative. I like that idea as well. Just creating a, like, it's like that whole idea of the system I created for playing my 40k campaign. I have a bunch of like in-game rules and the way it works, and I think it'd be pretty cool to plan it out properly and stuff. Yeah. Even things like imagine if, like, I don't know, like a refinery platform. So on one area of the map there's a refinery platform. Cool. Is that one of the territories you control? Cool. Then you're allowed to have 4 tanks in your army. If you don't have that, then you're kind of restricted with the amount of promethium you have. So you only have 2 tanks in your army. Like, you could do little things like that and make it real interesting. And be like, oh, I really want to add some more tanks. I really need to take that promethium refinery off him. Or I'm going to attack that next and try and, you know, fight for control a bit or something. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. There's 34 people left on Twitch. It is time for an old raid. We should find somebody joyful to raid. Somebody with a bit of fun in the heart. Now we are once again on the top line of content creators for the Miniatures and Models Showcase. So big thank you for all you awesome peeps that made this possible. We're kind of consistently there at the end of a stream now, which is really good. So yeah, chill painting stream. Let's paint some big guys. This guy's painting a bunch of Tyranids. Tyranids. We have never rated him before, so yeah. Alright guys, as always, you're awesome. Thank you guys so much for spending your week of streaming time with me. I hope you had fun. I hope you have a good weekend. Enjoy the nice weather, or if you don't want to enjoy the nice weather, stay in and lock yourselves away in your hobby room and do cool toys for the entire weekend. Nobody judges here. We all love you. And I will see your perfect selves for our streams next Tuesday. Yeah, we'll get next Tuesday and Thursday, and then I'll be away to Warhammer World. Make sure to watch my new video, and you're all awesome, and bye-bye.